So you're thinking about moving to Suffolk, Virginia, and you want to know all the things that you need to know about Suffolk, Virginia? Well, I'm here to help you with that today. Right now, I'm out at Hampton Roads crossing over in northern Suffolk, where we're going to be breaking down a whole bunch more about the whole surrounding areas of Suffolk, Virginia, which is the largest land density in the Hampton Roads area. I'm going to be breaking all this down for you and more, and we're going to get after it right after this. Let's go. Welcome to Suffolk. Welcome into a whole lot of information that you're going to receive today about this community overall. I'm out today at Harbour East. We just left Hampton Roads crossing, which is about only 5-minute commute from right here by car to get to this area as well too. What you'll see behind me is there's a Kohl, you'll see that there's a PetSmart, then you also see that there's a TJ Maxx, and out into the horizon over there there's a Home Goods alongside Dick's Sporting Good right here as well. What you're going to see behind me is that you're going to see there's a whole another shopping center with restaurants and dining over here as well. You got a sushi spot, you got a Mexican restaurant, and all this is right here in what we call northern Suffolk. What I want you to know about this community is that we got some of the best neighborhoods all in Suffolk right here, centrally located in northern Suffolk, and there are some great detail of homes and neighborhoods that you'll want to be a part of as well in central Suffolk. So what we're going to do today is break down the top 7 attributes that you want to know about Suffolk and going forward, and then these are going to be questions and things that we can answer for you today that's going to make your experience a whole lot better and make you help you make a decision on whether or not Suffolk is the type of area for you too. So we're going to get after the first one today. What are some of the best neighborhoods in Suffolk that you can actually find? Let's do it. The number one question that the Moving to Norfolk team always receive is, what is the best neighborhood for us to move to in Norfolk or the surrounding 7 cities of Hampton Roads? Well, that answer is always going to be, it's going to be on a case-by-case scenario, but we really want to help you out, and this is why we always urge you, when you feel the need to reach out to us, definitely hit us with a call, an email, a text, or even book a video call down below by using our link in the description, because what we look to do is to help you each and every day to possibly understand like the communities that we're showing you in Suffolk right now, Governor's Point, the riverfront at Harborview, Bennett Creek Landing, or even Parkside at Bennett Creek. If you haven't seen any of those videos, this is the reason why you want to go ahead and watch those videos, but also go ahead and subscribe to the channel and ring the notification bell as well too, so that way you can exclusively be the first to learn about new developments that's popping up in Suffolk, and even get our neighborhood tours that's coming exclusively directly to you. But one of the main things that you want to pay attention to when it comes to Suffolk and you're thinking about moving there, right now it's almost 7,900 more homes that's scheduled to be built by 2040 to Suffolk as well too, whether that's in the northern, central, or southern portion of the region. Now, what's so important about this is currently there we sit about 93,000 individuals live in Suffolk at this point in time, but by 2040 we expect to see about a 13% increase in people living in Suffolk, making that commitment to actually live out here in this area. That means that you're going to see that population currently sitting around 93,000 hit about 116,000 by 2040, which means that maybe we're going to see another high school actually having to be built to house enough students. We're going to see more communities be well developed. We're going to see some of those exclusive neighborhoods that actually are well established not only go up in appraised value of sales price that we're going to see, but we're also going to see new communities get established and become exclusive communities as well too. We're pretty much almost done with all waterfront living in Suffolk, Virginia, which is amazing to me, but we still have opportunities there too if you're looking for one. This is why I always urge you, whether you're moving in 9 days or if you're moving in whether 90 days or so, you still want to reach out to us so that way we can get you that buyer consult, or whether you're listing as well too, we can help you with that because we know the market so well and we know the neighborhoods and the price of demand quite well too. So if you don't already know, Norfolk Naval Station is a part of the Hampton Roads area, and it is by one of the largest naval military installations across the world. And what it actually means is that we have a military presence here that's going to always be a static result of keeping the housing market in a tight market. It's always going to keep the market propped up a little bit more because military members are always moving in and out of the area, and they're always looking for housing. But besides that, we have other employers that's actually out here as well too, that we're starting to see a growing presence out here in Suffolk as well too. Some of those are actually Naval Information Forces, Suffolk Public School Systems, Centera Health System, Target, and outside of the city of Suffolk, Amazon as well too. So you got to think about a lot of these employers. They're instilling roots in our area in Suffolk, and that means that we're going to see more housing development opportunities pop up for people in demand of homes that's actually moving to this area to work for these employers. So job market is actually being kind of strong in this area, and we're starting to see the labor force pick up a little bit more like everywhere else across the country. If you have a job and you want to purchase a house, you know what we got to talk about next. Property taxes. Let's get after it. So when it comes to property taxes, one of the things that you need to know about in Suffolk that there's usually about $1.09 around about that average for every $100 of home that you actually purchase. So you do quick math. The average median sale price in Suffolk is around $340,000. You'll take that $340,000, you'll divide that by $100. That'll leave you with $3,400, and then you will times that by 109, and that'll get you around about a $3,740 property tax assessment for the year. Now that can inflate a little bit here between now and when you're watching this video. That's probably good for you too, because that means that you're probably being assessed correctly on what you're actually going to get on the increase of property value. But I know a lot of people do not like to see their property taxes go up as well too. We're out on central Suffolk, where we're down by North Main Street, where this is the main centralized hub of Suffolk, Virginia, when it comes to central part of Suffolk. Over here you'll find so many things, communities, and then it's centralized around the shopping area, and that gets you a little bit further out to a rural area as well too. Now North Main Street, which is right here to my right, is actually the main hub that takes you all the way over to Godwin Boulevard. Now one of the things that I like to talk about when we talk about moving to Suffolk is actually understanding the commute times that you may be up against. And the reason why I bring that up, because if you're a local who's actually moving to the area and who's looking to be centralized around the airport, you may have somewhat of a 30 to 45 minute commute without traffic. Okay, so when you think about traffic being included in that, you could be some ways up to an hour and 15 minutes away from the local area. Now we have a high military installation area as well too. So when you think about the military installations, they are centralized all around Suffolk. There was one in Suffolk, and there's one in Portsmouth, which is about a 15-minute drive from Suffolk. And then you could be somewhere in Norfolk, which could be a 20 to 25-minute drive without traffic. And then when you think about Dam Neck or Little Creek Amphibious Base, that is another 30 to 35 minutes on top without traffic as well too. So those communities obviously bring you an opportunity where it may be a little bit harder to get from Suffolk to those areas. Myself and recently retiring, I actually moved to Suffolk and actually make that commute each and every day. But you can actually have many different ways to get to the bases, depends on which one that you're assigned to. You could use the downtown Portsmouth Tunnel, the Midtown Tunnel, which is going through Norfolk, get you down to Hampton Boulevard, or you could take the high-rise bridge that takes you across Chesapeake to get you down to Virginia Beach as well too. You have many opportunities and many different ways to get to where you want to go in this community, but you just have to figure out which one is going to be best for you. Can it actually be possibly done if you want to move out of Suffolk and make those commutes? Yes, you can, but I just want you to be aware that you do have some uphill battles sometimes, maybe sitting in traffic. Now, if you're thinking about the south side of area, but you want to actually commute to the peninsula side, if you're thinking about being stationed over in Langley or anywhere else like Fort Eustis or those areas, I would highly recommend against that. But I mean, if you're thinking about what you can get for pricing out here in Suffolk and what you can get over in Hampton, there's probably a better suitable fit for you over in Hampton. But if you wanted to actually make that commute to Langley from here as well too, you're looking about a 35 to 40 minute commute time going through the Merrimack down to Merrimack Bridge Tunnel. That takes you through Newport News and get you over to Hampton. So that way you can actually commute to Langley. So you have opportunities, you have things to think about. But what we're going to talk about now, cost of living. You want to know that when it comes to Suffolk, Virginia and cost of living, it is on the median of the U.S. average, which, you know, they have it ranked by to 100. It's the normal U.S. level. So if it's below 100, that means that you have a lower cost of living in the area. And if it's above 100, you have a higher cost of living in the area. And the Suffolk, Virginia is rated only at 100. So it means it's across the board on average and on par with some of the most cities that you will actually want to live in, especially across Hampton Roads, where most of the majority of them are already at 100 or above. So Suffolk, Virginia comes directly in at 100, and I mean, you can feel it in certain points of prices or times that you will see that home median sale prices, when we get to the recap, are around the same average around the neighborhoods that you'll want to be in, the high demand areas, and we'll get into a lot of those as well too. But let's get on over to where we're going to talk about next, healthcare. Let's get to it. And when it comes to healthcare, Centera Healthcare Systems is one of the major hospitals within the region of Hampton Roads, and on Godwin Boulevard over in Centera has a location over there as well called the Obeche Hospital. Now, that is one of the locations that we actually have a Centera location at. They're established well within Hampton Roads. We have one in almost every major part of the communities inside of Hampton Roads. But then also, if you're a military, you're not that far away from Portsmouth Hospital as well too, which is one of the largest naval hospitals that we actually have within the region. So you want to pay attention to that as well. But they also have satellite areas as well too that you may look for if you're a military personnel or someone who's actually using TRICARE in the side of the vicinities around the local area. So one of the things that we always like to make sure that we talk to our clients about who have kids is the school systems in the area, so that way that you have opportunity to understand those school systems as well. Now, over in Suffolk Public School District, they are given, according to niche.com, a rating lower every month, it seems like. But I think that that's something that you may have to do a lot more research on your own to understand if those schools actually match the needs that you actually have. And are they actually going to be accommodating to what you actually need from a learning experience for your children? Now, I know that when it comes to like younger age children, they have a higher rating for those schools. But then when it comes to the high schools, they may be a little bit flawed there. So you may want to do a little bit of research on your own, so that way you can understand exactly what it is that you're looking for when you're moving into the school district in those areas where it may be somewhere that you're deciding to purchase. But when it comes to the school district of Suffolk, you want to know how many schools there actually are. Let's talk about it. There's actually 19 schools completely in the district. You have 12 elementary schools, 4 middle schools, and 3 high schools as well too. Now, the school system is actually holding about 14,000 students within the school system, and we continue to see that number growing and increasingly. That's why I believe that maybe right now there's not talk about it in Suffolk, but I do project that there may be a need for a new school to actually be built alongside when these 20-some thousand plus individuals are actually moving to the community by 2040. So to me, that's what we're kind of at with the school districts. I will look into them. Now, they do have private school opportunities as well too. You have one over at Nasman Academy, and then you also have one that's the Isle of Wight Academy as well too, that you may want to check out if that's something that you're interested in as well. In closing, we're going to be talking to you a lot about a whole bunch of things going on in Suffolk, but not only Suffolk, we're going to be talking about the whole Hampton Roads community. So this is why it's important. Once again, bang that notification bell so that way that you could be notified each and every time exclusively when a new neighborhood video or more information pops up about Suffolk and the rest of Hampton Roads, and you can be the first to learn more about those communities. Now, like I said before, we talked about the best neighborhoods. We talked about property taxes. We've talked about the schools and much, much more. If there's things that you have questions about that you still need answers to, go ahead. Feel free to leave them down below. Or if you want, you can always call, text, or email us by using our links in the description down below. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and we're going to bring you more content like this. If you haven't already caught any of our other stuff on our playlist, check that out as well too. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video we produce every week. I'll catch you soon.